Tech jobs are just weird right now. The salaries are high and the jobs are awesome, and tech was generally considered to be a safe bet for the future, but now it's suddenly like tech's the worst option that will see their jobs replaced first. Now, a disclaimer, this is not one of those awful videos where someone just pretends to know exactly how AI will develop, even though they have no idea, just to get a few views on YouTube. And I just want to be honest, I'm not an expert, nor can I predict the future. So we're going to discuss and find out together in this video. And now, personally, I don't think everyone's being replaced, and there are a lot of different tech jobs, so it's hard to, include all in one video. But we're already seeing some changes in the job market, and I think that there are some tech jobs that are at risk. And I mean at a huge risk of being replaced, probably pretty soon. So the first one is going to be the basic software development role. Now, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of just saying that software developers are going to be replaced. However, I do think that there's going to be some changes, especially when it comes to jobs that mainly do basic programming tasks, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. AI can already generate code from natural language descriptions, and I would say that this potentially reduces the demand for entry-level or junior software developers that mainly focus on writing basic code applications. Next up, we have the technical support analysts, and these guys are basically the people that provide technical support to customers or different clients, for example over the phone, but also by email or live chat. We've already seen some form of AI chatbots being used into many of these support systems or kind of integrated, and that's not always been very successful. I've seen some cases with companies like getting sued because their bots saying a lot of misleading things. So I don't really think that we're completely there of, full replacement, but I think that when it comes to the basic support jobs, we might see some changes in the future, and it's important to be aware of them. Number 3 is going to be the quality assurance tester, and that's also known as QA, and this is a job that you basically test things like software or other things that the company needs to be tested before they release something and, for the public to use it. So your job is basically to find bugs and detect any issues that need to be fixed. It is actually a really important job because when you develop something, there's going to be a few bugs, and quality assurance testers basically make sure that everything works smoothly. However, there will be more and more automated tools that are able to do some of these tasks as well, like for example identify different bugs and performance issues and all that kind of stuff. Now, it's still a really complex field, and a lot of things will require a human or at least very high level thinking, so I don't really think that it's going to be the most replaceable job by AI. However, all of these jobs, I think it's like mainly the responsibilities that will be replaced, perhaps not the entire job, but it's also important to plan for some of the responsibilities to change, and that's the entire point of this video. If you think that nothing is going to change, then I think you're wrong, because, well, when we have better tools, then people are obviously going to be using them, and companies are going to use them too. Next up is a little bit different, and it's basically the systems administrator. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory, although the systems you'll be managing can vary depending on what role and, what you're going to be doing in your specific job. However, when it comes to AI tools, they can often manage and monitor different networks and system performances, and they can also help predict failures and actually help with the quality assurance, and it can kind of manage itself to some extent. That is why I think that system administrators are going to see some differences in their job responsibilities in the future. I'll say that as AI gets more integrated, I also think that it's going to make, actually require more system administrators, because things are going to be much more complicated. The systems are more complex, and as we rely on them more and more, there's bound to be something that's going to happen. So I don't think that it's like the most replaceable job overall, but I do think that the responsibilities are going to change a lot for the system administrators. Number 5 is also going to be an administrator role, and here we have the database administrator. Now, databases are basically the backup of data storage, and data is really, really important. It's the new gold in our society. However, when it comes to databases, they are pretty complex, and there's a lot that can go wrong if you make a mistake. So that also means that human errors are not really tolerated, and they can cause a lot of issues with just one simple mistake. That is why I think that when it comes to automated tools, they'll be highly appreciated, and we'll see less and less direct hands-on work in this field with databases. With different automated tools that can perform checks and, do backups, optimize the databases, make sure security is implemented properly, all that kind of stuff, that will kind of take away some responsibilities from the database administrator, and we're already starting to see it. Now, how the role is going to be impacted exactly, I don't know, let's just be honest about that, but I also think on the optimistic side that it's such an important thing that they're not going to give it entirely to AI, and I don't think that we're anywhere close to full automation, by any means. Number 6 is going to be the web developer. So I actually talked about developers previously, but I do think that this one deserves kind of a special mention, because you can develop a lot of different things. We have the web development, and that's mainly about developing websites. The thing is that there are already a lot of tools that can help you do this, although it's of course different being a web developer and a web designer. However, I do think that when it comes to designing websites, many websites, they don't really require a lot of the custom design, and while some companies are definitely going to want a more customized website, I do think that the basic, requirements of the web development field are going to go up, because we're already seeing like the fact that a lot of these basic websites are just being created in another tool or by AI. And I think that's going to be more and more focused on created by AI in the future, at least. Faster and easier to create websites, and the market will have to adjust according to that. Now, number 7 is going to be the SEO specialist. And SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it's basically where you adapt content on your website or whatever you're doing to be suitable for search engines. It helps Google or whatever search engine you use promote your content more, and people will be able to find you if you do, implement proper SEO. But here's the thing. AI is going to be a game changer when it comes to search. Content is going to be able to be produced in a completely different way and at a completely different rate. There's actually a new thing on YouTube, which is like when you upload a video, you have to put a disclaimer that you haven't been using AI to generate the content. And it's really obvious that things are changing in this space. And what I would say is that when it comes to SEO, there are 2 different things to be concerned about. And first, it's kind of the fact that AI can become so good at understanding these algorithms and the demands for effective search engine optimization that it's simply going to outperform humans. But another worry that people might have is that AI will change the entire game of search, because what if people don't search anymore? What if they just use AI? Now, we're already starting to see a lot of people just use ChatGPT for whatever questions that they have. I don't think that it's going to be something that Google accepts, because they make so much money on search that they're going to find a way to improve search and make sure that people keep using it. But I do think that SEO will be changing. We just don't know exactly how, and we'll see that in the future. I hope this gave you an insight to some of the tech jobs that I think will be impacted by AI. Now, I don't think that all of the jobs will be replaced or something like that, but I do think that some of the responsibilities will definitely change and be replaced by AI. But again, this video is just a discussion, and I'm not somebody that can look into the future and see exactly what's going to happen. Therefore, I also want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments and we can, get a better idea together. I think that's the best way to move forward with all this AI stuff going on. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out this video next. I think it's something for you, and the YouTube algorithm picked it specifically for you as well.